Good day, good people. I was really trying to figure out a way of how to come on, and I'm not able to record on my phone right now like my podcast. So I was like, how can I come on and still encourage somebody? And my child, my baby, is sleeping. 6 o'clock in the morning. I did not want to wake her. So I was just pondering on that. And then I thought, well, let me figure out a plan. You know, sometimes we have to say, all right, I got to improvise. What can I do to make the situation better is what we have to think of in our lives. So it just came to me, just record a video and don't show your face because, y'all, I'm not nowhere near ready. Like I said, I did not want to wake up the baby, so this was the best way. So there's no actual video, but there's audio here. And God has given me insight that it's a need that I start back sharing His word. For those of y'all that know that I used to be on the radio, I was on the radio for like 5 or 6 years, Monday through Friday from 6 to 7. After I was in a bad car accident, when I was pregnant, it just seemed like that just went out the door. And I miss it. I miss encouraging people. So here I am, here to encourage someone this morning or this afternoon or this evening, or you might be about, to go to bed. This is something I'm doing for God because, for one, I barely have a voice. 2, like I said, it's early in the morning and I would like to get back in the bed, but guess what? Obedience is better than sacrifice. And I am willing to be obedient to God and feel like I'm sacrificing so much, because I'm not. We all need encouragement. We all need wisdom, words of wisdom. So I know that God is going to speak through me to speak to somebody, even if it's just one person. Y'all excuse all my rattling. I'm hoping some water will kind of help my voice, but my voice tends to be pretty raspy when I first wake up in the morning. So I'm just going to share something out of my devotional book and elaborate on what God has me to say. For any of y'all that may have been having a shaky foundation lately, like your faith may be shaky, your hope is shaky, and you got to have hope to have faith, right? Faith is believing in what we can't see. The love of God you may not feel in your life. You may not feel like He is forgiving you. You may not have forgiven yourself. You may feel down. You may feel depressed. Believe me, I know. I had a baby almost a year ago now, and I know the feeling of feeling down and depressed and not pretty and not feeling like I'm living my purpose. I know the feeling. How do you get the firm foundation back, you may ask? 1, you must center yourself with God. Center yourself with the Holy Spirit and say, Lord, I need you. Come into my presence, God. Speak those things as though they aren't, as though you wish them to be. So you may not see the new car or the new house or the new job or the revived and restored relationship. You may not see any of those things right now in this moment, but you must believe in what you can't see by speaking it forth. One of the things that I spoke forth One of my greatest accomplishments was graduating from Savannah State. After having a 0.59 GPA, after my mom was in and out of the hospital, I then got my GPA to almost a 3.0 by the time I graduated. It's easy to drop your GPA, but it's hard to bring it up. I got on the dean's list. I graduated. That was the main thing. It was looking like I wasn't even going to get back in school at one point. But I had to speak it. I had to believe it. I had to change the trajectory of my life by speaking positive things. So that helps you to have a firm foundation. So write these things down. Speaking life, number one. Number one, ask God to come into your presence. Rest in his presence. It says in the book of Matthew that he will give us rest. Rest in his presence. We don't have to be all in our heads and try to take matters into our own hands. Ask God to come into your presence. Number two, speak life. Speak life. Again, speak those things as though they aren't. It may not seem like it's going to happen, but you're speaking it forth. There's life and death in the power of the tongue. So that's something I've had to remind myself, because as I began to feel down about the things going on in my life, I wouldn't always speak positive. So speak life. And number three, exercise your faith. Exercise your faith. I may come on later or sometime soon and share some more on faith. But exercise your faith, meaning like you're exercising a muscle. The people that just did the Olympics, they had to exercise their muscles. They had to use their muscles in order to gain muscle, in order to gain momentum, right? So in order to gain more faith, you got to use it in moments that you may not feel like using it in. So instead of having the last word in your marriage, be quiet. It may not be easy to do. Believe me, it's one I'm working on. Read the book of James. Be slow to speak, quick to listen, and slow to become angry. It's helping me. I pray it helps you. But you gotta exercise the faith with being quiet sometimes, with going to the job interview anyway, even when you may not feel like you have the credentials. Calling someone and saying, hey, I need help. You may say, they're not going to help me. I owe them money. Calling them anyway, putting your pride to the side. Small little nuggets of faith builds up to big faith. And we need big faith in those moments of when we need a miracle. And it's like, okay, Lord, the only way this is going to work out is if you come through. But I'm claiming you're going to come through because I'm sitting in your presence. I'm speaking life and I'm exercising my faith, and I'm doing it afraid. I'm doing it anyway. It don't matter if I'm shaking in my drawers, shaking in my knees. I'm scared as I don't know what of the outcome. I'm trusting in you, Lord, that you're going to do it for me. So take that with you today. Luke chapter 6, verse 47 through 48 says, as for everyone who comes to me and hears my words and puts them into practice, I will show you what they are like. They are like a man building a house who dug down deep and laid the foundation on rock. When a flood came, the torrent struck that house, but could not shake it because it was well built. Build on your strong foundation today. Have a firm foundation. Believe in God that he will do exactly what he said. Trust. Again, ask God to come into your presence, speak life, and exercise your faith. I'm Jessica Smith Bay. Used to be Jessica Williams. I'm Jessica Smith Bay. I love y'all. Take it easy on yourself. Until next time, peace.